All right, I've got my mix sounding nice, and you'll see I've got a bunch of different windows here and they're overlapping, and there's a nice shortcut to rearrange all the windows to fit on screen nicely. Control-Shift-H, and that'll resize things. They'll still overlap, but it maximizes the use of all your screen space. So let's give one final listen. It's a short little 4-bar piece. And when we're playing it back, it loops it over. Now to export, I'm going to start by going under the File menu and going to Export. Now we have a bunch of options here. We can choose WAV, MP3, or OGG file, and these basically open up the same dialog box where you get to set some settings and preferences, which we're going to look at in a moment. So first thing is to choose which format. This is a full fidelity format for burning to CD, and MIDI files are just the MIDI data. FLAC and MP3 and OGG are compressed formats, good for sending over the internet. Now, zipped loop package is great if you want to share your data with other FL Studio users. You can zip everything up and send it over. And Project Bones will save a version of all your plugin settings, and data files will consolidate all your samples used in one place. So I'm going to start by choosing WAV file high fidelity, and I'm going to be prompted to give it a name and set a location for it. So I'm just going to leave that default name and shows that location, and I'm going to hit save, and now this box comes up, and this is where we need to set a few things. So first, what do we want to export? We can do the full song, which in this case is only 4 bars, or we can select specific patterns if we're in pattern mode, but we're in song mode, so that's what we're going to export, and you'll see when I switch to pattern mode here, this switches on. So let's go to full song, and leave remainder is great if I have, let's say, some reverb or delays, which I do at the end of the keyboards that trail on beyond the end of the song. We can have it capture that as well versus cutting it. So it's showing me the length, the amount of time, how much space it's going to take, and I can choose my format here. So whatever I select under the File menu, this same window comes up, so you can select however many of these you want to export to, but I'm going to choose just WAV for now. So this is allowing me to choose the bit depth. And 16-bit is typical CD format. When MP3 is active, we can choose the bit rate over there. And for OGG, there's another slider for that. And FLAC has its own compression setting. MIDI has none, of course. But again, let's just stick with WAV for now. So 16-bit is what I want. And under quality, there are some additional settings here. I can resample at different values over here. I can use high quality processing for all the plugins, which I think I'll leave on. And dithering is interesting. I'm going to enable that. I've been working at 24 bits, so it's a way of intelligently reducing those top 8 bits down to 16-bit rather than just truncating them. It sort of interpolates them and incorporates some of the data that was there in the existing remaining 16 bits. This will allow you to override your maximum polyphony in your project, and this allows for processing of that one specific instrument. Let's look under miscellaneous. And we can save slice markers if we've added any. We haven't looked at that in this series. Same thing with acidized files. And we can split mixer tracks and trim the plugin delay compensation delay. So those are miscellaneous things. I'm just going to leave the defaults. We have background rendering. If you're rendering a large project, it could take some time. This will allow you to work in the background. I'm going to leave it off for now since this is very short. It'll only take a moment. And there, it's rendered. So if we look on the hard drive now, we'll see it in Windows. So let's just go to that folder that I have right over here, and there it is. And that's the default name I gave it. And I'm just going to double click it, and it'll launch whatever you have set to play. Here it's iTunes. So that's it. That's my little introduction to getting up and running with FL Studio. This is Eli Kranzberg signing out. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Have fun with it, enjoy, God bless, make great music, and I'll see you next time.